Okay, latest news on daily divs. Basically, it's over. Immediately, you can pause this video, go pull out your Ethereum, go pull out your DD tokens out of the entire contract. Do it now. The contract is falling quickly. There's less than 600 or about 600 Ethereum right now in the contract. Then come back to the video, finish up, and I'll tell you what happened. It is way past the time that I'm normally asleep basically, and I just happened to log on YouTube and I saw this live. I called it literally the last minute or two, and then I didn't respond really. I just thought, I wonder what that was all about. But let me just tell you, so it doesn't take 7 minutes. Essentially, what's happened is, according to Jayson, the lead developer, he was on live with Crypto Clover, and according to Jayson, someone alerted him that there was an issue with part of the multi-level, multi-tier affiliate program, a coding issue. Supposedly that's what's going on. And I say supposedly because it's just unfortunate. It's unfortunate. I mean, practically everyone's going to lose money in this contract, just about. I mean, just about everyone's going to lose money. But he's going to have to relaunch the contract, and he's going to be relaunching it here in I forget. He said, I think it's like on Saturday or something. Saturday or Sunday, he's going to relaunch the contract. And the problem is, they were, before the exploit, they were below 2,000 ETH, I believe, in the contract, last I saw. He's going to relaunch the contract, and he's going to want people to come back. And I believe some people will come back because, give them credit, Daily Divs has a good community. By the way, let's go take a look. Yeah, 699. Let's refresh. See if it's dropping. Like, when I first rolled over here and looked, it was like 750. And the problem is, there's people asleep right here on the East Coast. They have no idea that they have lost, a small fortune depending on how much they had in here. Look, the token, I saw this yesterday, I think. It was 50-something cents, because I've been watching this platform all along. It was about 50-something cents. Now it's 30-something cents, which means when you withdraw. See, there's so many things wrong with this platform, and Jayson knows that. He says he's going to make some changes when he relaunches the contract. One is, it's not going to be as 20% in and out, 25% in and out. He says that's going to be much smaller. And it should be, because people are going to get nailed. Here's what happened. They paid 25% in. Then a lot of people went into the lending. And if you went into the lending, that was just brutal. So you go into the lending, it's no big deal. But to pull out of lending, it's another 22% if you decide to pull out of lending. And now people are forced to pull out because of this exploit in the contract. So they're pulling out of lending. They're going to get hit for 22% there. Then they pull out of here. You're losing 75% right off the top. Now, granted, some people were in. They got price appreciation, et cetera, et cetera. But very few people are going to be able to escape that 70-something% right off the top. That is just enormous. And I don't think most people were thinking about the lending. They weren't realizing, because it was like, all the tokens that you got in lending, you were able to pull out, without penalty. All the dividends you earned, you could pull them out without penalty, blah, 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 blah. There's 0.003 tokens over here. Of course, the surplus is going way up because people are getting nailed. And by the way, what's going to happen to that surplus? I have no idea. Somebody's going to sell it off if they can, or it's just going to get locked up in the contract. But it's hard to say because we don't know. This isn't an open source contract. So here's the thing. Here's what happens. By the way, hopefully you've already come over here and withdrew everything. But there's mega problems with this contract. It is too extreme the way it stands. So if listen, I wish the dev and the Daily Divs community the best. I think it's over. I don't think, I could be 100% wrong. You got to give it to the dev for trying to launch some games and to launch them really fast. He put out 3 games really, really fast. There was not a big jump in, there wasn't a big jump in anything as far as from the new game launches. I don't know. It's going to be fascinating to see. And I'll keep an eye on this space because I'm in the smart contract space. I want to keep my pulse on it. So I wish them the best. I wish the community the best. I just can't imagine. Keep in mind, if you decide to go back in this contract, because I know some people are going to FOMO in. They're going to let me get in early because it's going to go up. And it may go up a little bit, but it's got to go up a lot for you to overcome 20% in, 20% out. And lending is 20% more if you pull out capital. Now, to Jayson's credit, I'm assuming he did not see this coming. He didn't know it. And, you know, he did the right thing. I mean, he's trying to let the community know, but unfortunately, people are just going to be hurt in this space. It's just going to be hurt. I don't think he should relaunch lending, but he probably will because that's the draw for people. But this lending thing was, I mean, it's destined to fail. I mean, it's destined to fail. And here's what I thought. If the exploit is the way, and I say if because you never know about this stuff. I mean, there's no reason not to trust a developer. But I can tell you this right now. The multi-tier affiliate program was another thing that was just pulling a lot of basically capital out of the system. I mean, there's so much capital. There's far more capital being pulled out of the system that wasn't going into lending. And lending is the behemoth that was going to, you know, just drain the system. I mean, at one point, the dev said he put like 20 ETH in, and this surplus hardly moved. And he put 20 ETH of his own money in, that money he had earned from the system, mind you. So I don't know. It's going to be interesting. If he relaunches this platform, he's got a war game that's over here on the exchange. If he relaunches this platform, if he's going to keep lending, he should connect the war game to the lending. I don't know if he will because basically I think he makes money on the war game, but the war game should definitely be connected to the lending. That's all I've got. There's another ETH gone. You got to feel bad for the people who's going to wake up tomorrow morning. And if you're watching this tomorrow morning, there's nothing I can say to you, but I'm sorry. I mean, that's just unfortunate. Please be careful in this space. And listen, I'm going to resist the urge to be like, oh, yeah, this can't happen to proof of weak hands, blah, 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 because it could. I mean, things can happen. And just because the contract today with proof of weak hands is solid, it doesn't mean a future project's not going to have some sort of an exploit. And the problem with smart contracts, there's no way to adjust the contract once it's launched. It's in place. You can't change it. That's part of the beauty of them. But the downside is they're immutable. So once they're launched, mistakes can't be corrected. So it's just unfortunate. Be very careful in this space. For that matter, be very careful in the cryptocurrency space, period. I'm not going to tell you not to get into the relaunch. I'm going to tell you to just be very careful. Think about what you want to do. Unfortunately for the community, I know there are some people who are going to want to jump in, but I've got a feeling that there are a lot of people who are going to take just massive losses. I was refreshing to see if this was going to go down. They're going to, I mean, at one point this was, what, 600,000 I think yesterday? So there's a lot of money getting drained out of this contract in dollar value. Maybe it was only 300,000 or 400,000, but it's dropped. It's in half for sure. I'm going to wrap this video up. Stay tuned. I've got some interesting. I've got some videos coming out related on masternodes. I got some videos coming out on my best choice, my favorite top cryptocurrency right now, and I've got that's going to be coming out on Saturday morning, I believe. Once again, if you got hit with this unfortunate situation, I apologize to you, but I wanted to get a video out just to help. Listen, I'm not in the daily divs space. I've been quite critical of the space, but I don't want to see anyone to get hurt in this space. And I just want to help Crypto Clover and Jayson put a video out. Good job, fellas, for at least letting the community know as soon as possible. Shout out to Crypto Clover. Shout out to Jayson, the lead dev. And I just wanted to help get the message out for anyone else that may be in this space. So hit that bell notification icon. Be sure to subscribe to my channel. Anytime I see something like this that's time sensitive, you can be sure that I will attempt to alert the community at large. And you don't want to miss anything like this that's time sensitive. So to that being said, thank you so much. And by the way, I think I saw something from Crypto Yardy first. That's what made me take a look, and that's how I actually came across Crypto Clover's video. I came across Clover's video, but I didn't really know what it was. I didn't even pay attention to it. And then I saw something from Yardy in Discord or whatever, and I thought, wait a minute, let me go back and look at that. So thank you to those guys for doing what they do to help alert the community